Welcome back, Male Plussers! Hope you had a fantastic and relaxing weekend. I'm here to help kickstart your Monday by bringing you your regular dose of trivia. I'm Beric Livingstone, and I'll be your host for this afternoon's game, offering you a helping hand in your pursuit of victory, meaning a split of the cash pot of £1,000 amongst however many there are left at the finish line. But first, let's brush up on the rules, because this might be the first time some of you are playing. I'll be asking you 10 multiple-choice questions. We've created these questions from a broad spectrum of colourful categories, giving you a nice, full-brain workout to start the week. With 10 seconds passing by in a flash, you'll need to search for that answer pretty hastily, because if you answer in time and get all 10 questions correct, a share of the cash pot is yours. If you end up getting one wrong, the prize won't be yours, but if you do fall victim to a particularly tricky question, why not carry on playing regardless and see how many you do end up getting right. I'll keep you sharp and ready for other games we have in the week ahead. One final word of caution. Be wary of your touch screens, because an accidental brush on a wrong answer will see your chances of winning crumble. Once you've selected an answer, you can't change it. It might be a thought to set a daily reminder for 12:15 every weekday so you don't forget to play. You wouldn't want to miss a game full of all the questions you know the answer to. When your questions do come up and you end up making a little pocket money, you'll be grateful for the heads up. Right, without further ado, let's get on with it. Here we go with question 1. What name is given to the part of a baseball field enclosed by the bases because of its shape? Diamond, square, or gridiron? So popular is the game in the States that during World War II, the US military designed their own specific grenade to be the size and weight of a baseball to capitalize on the soldiers' existing skill set. If you're a fan of the game, you'll know the part of the field enclosed by the bases is known as the diamond. Even though we associate the game with America, it's thought it actually originated here in England, starting off as a variant of rounders. First recorded game said to have taken place in Surrey in 1749, then found its way to Canada and then eventually into the States. Question 2. What Italian name is given to a puree of sieved tomatoes? Cassava, Polenta, or Passata? With an average life expectancy of 83 years in Mediterranean countries, the regional diet is said to be amongst the healthiest in the world, full of foods rich in oils, healthy fats, fish, whole grains, and tomatoes in the form of fresh passata. The foodies amongst you may have known that cassava is a long starchy vegetable used to make tapioca, and polenta is made from ground cornmeal, served hot or cold. First two are behind us now, and we still have 3,853 players in the game. Remember, you can still play along for fun if you get one wrong. Let's move on to question 3. Which of these is an example of a preposition? And, well, or with? Cast your mind back to those school days and those riveting lessons in grammar. There are 150 prepositions in the English language, and one of them is the answer to this question. And is a conjunction, and well is an adverb, adjective, or even an interjection, meaning with is the preposition here, which is to say it's a word that tells you where or when something is in relation to something else. Let's move on to the next question with haste. Question 4. In the human body, what is the common name for the clavicle? Shin bone, ankle bone, or collarbone? If you've fractured it before, you probably have some very uncomfortable memories, because it can be one of the most painful bones to break, though it's actually relatively quick to heal, especially for children. It's the collarbone. Common injury due to its positioning, the length of it, and its fragility. It gets the name clavicle from the Latin word clavicula, meaning little key, because the bone twists and rotates along its axis like a key when we move our shoulders. Well done, 1,778 of you getting that one right. A little bit easier than the last question, you're finding it. Well done. Question 5. Which of these acts was supposed to be headlining Glastonbury this year? Coldplay, Paul McCartney, or Pet Shop Boys? The festival's record crowd is 300,000 people, and that was set in 1994 when headliners The Levellers performed on the Pyramid stage. Coldplay hold the record for the most times headlining Glastonbury with 4 appearances, but they were not announced in the 2020 lineup. It's ex-Beatle Paul McCartney who was due to play, but Of course, Glastonbury was cancelled, otherwise I'm sure some of you would be right there, right now, trudging home with a cracking headache and some ice-cold memories. We have conquered the first half of the game now, and we have Fire Hazard, we've got Barry 4, Chris 37, Daniel 36, Sheila 0, and 1,454 of you still with us. Clearly well read in anatomy, Italian foods, and the summer festival lineups. You've started strong. Let's see if you can finish strong too. Here's question 6. Which of these is not a character in Dickens' Oliver Twist? Harry Maylie, Noah Claypole, or Kit Nubbles? The workhouse that Oliver Twist lived in and the scene for the famous utterance, "Please sir, I want some more," is actually a very accurate depiction of the workhouse conditions of the day, based on what we know. Serving meals including bread and butter, beer, cheese and bread, and a little bit of meat throughout the week. Kit Nubbles does not appear in the tale. He is, however, a character in another of Dickens' novels, The Old Curiosity Shop, which was described by Queen Victoria as very interesting and cleverly written. High praise, considering she was herself written about in the text. And 78% of you getting that one right. Well done. On to question 7. Which is the most common name used in British nursery rhymes? John, George, or Jack? Nursery rhymes, also referred to as Mother Goose rhymes. One of the oldest ever recorded is the rhyme to help you remember the days of the months. 30 days hath September, which dates back to the 13th century. Jack, traditionally of course a diminutive of John, is used in a variety of nursery rhymes. Of course there's Nimble Jack, who jumped over the candlestick, Jack and Jill, who fell down the hill, Little Jack Horner, who sat in the corner, Jack Sprat, who could eat no fat, and don't forget the house that Jack built. So Jack is the right answer there. Moving swiftly on to question 8. Which of these chemical elements was not named after a place? Rhodium, germanium, or strontium? Chemical elements are sometimes named after the places they're found or the scientists that found them, although 2 of the elements are named after the unflattering description of their odour. Bromine, meaning stench, and osmium, which means smells, and they do both smell rather unpleasant. Rhodium is named not after roads, but after the rose colour of the metal. Strontium is named after the Scottish village of Strontian, where it was discovered in the lead mines, and it was chemist Clemens Winkler who named germanium, at first wanting to call it Neptunium, which had already been taken, so instead Winkler named the new element germanium in honour of his homeland, Germany. The final 2 questions are now upon us. We have 625 players still in it to win it. Strap yourself in, or have a final sip of tea, as we face the penultimate question, question 9. Approximately how many thunderstorms happen around the world every day? 45,000, 10,000, or 1,000? The country which suffers the most frequent stormy weather is Uganda. Thunder is reportedly heard on average 242 days of the year, and you thought the British Isles were bad. Well, there are approximately 45,000 thunderstorms that happen around the world every day, so that is our correct answer. And if you like your weather electric, your next stop after Uganda should perhaps be storm-prone Venezuela, where there's a specific local phenomenon known as Catatumbo lightning, which looks both apocalyptic and stunning in equal measure. Now, that was a stormy question for many of you there. Just 27% getting the right answer. 159 players still in the game. One more question left. We still have Bradley 67, Carolyn 2, Michael 52, and Griff Dog still in the running for the cash. Just one more obstacle to overcome, and the prize is in sight. Let's get on with it. Here's question 10. What is not an extinct relative of the elephant? Elasmotherium, Gomphotheres, or Amabelodon? A more commonly known extinct relative of the elephant is the woolly mammoth, which was about the same size of an elephant. There have also been fossil records of a woolly rhinoceros-like creature, so not a relative of the elephant, and it's the answer we wanted here, known as an Elasmotherium. described as a semi-aquatic hippo-rhino hybrid with a huge dome-like horn and 4 toes. It's generally thought to have lived between 100,000 and 200,000 years ago. And that is our 10 questions complete. Elasmotherium, our right answer for question 10. We have 17 winners today, navigating your way through that like total pros. Bubble baths, well done to you. Savita, Bilko 55, Game More, Lucas 13, and all of you. Fantastic efforts all round. No mistakes made. Lots of bragging rights earned. Well done. Remember, there'll be games every day this week, so please do revisit us and give us another set of questions a go. And if any of your friends or family need a brain-tickling afternoon activity with chances of a nice cash win, get them to play too. There's no joining fee, so there really is nothing to lose. It's always a pleasure to be your guide and moral support. I look forward to seeing you again later in the week. Have a great afternoon. And for today's winners, we hope you enjoy soaking in that glory. Bye for now.